Hello, what's your name?
Hello, my name's Peter Ashley. I have a diagnosis of early stage dementia. It happens to be a rare form of dementia known as Lewy bodies.
Okay, and what do you do?
Well, since my diagnosis, I've realised that I've got to make the best of my life, and to do that, I've got to go out and do something in the world, and the best thing I can do is try and promote the work that's going on in dementia. My latest project is to concentrate on the work that needs to be done and is being done in the area of research, which is absolutely desperate and so important if we're going to make any progress at all.
Thanks for taking the time to talk to me at Manchester's Museum of Science and Industry. Your talk here, part of the Full of Life series of festivals at the museum, has been really interesting. It was quite well received. You have a background in mathematics and computers,
Yes.
if I recall. Some people watching this will be quite involved in activity on Facebook and online generally. Kind of linking all that to this, how do you find so far younger people's attitudes to Alzheimer's and related dementias?
I think there's a general ignorance, unfortunately, with younger people, but I think we're trying to sort of improve their education, and those people I've come across who would fall into the younger people's bracket are becoming extremely enthusiastic. I know of several people who are terribly enthusiastic, and one or two of them actually do presentations like I do these days.
Brilliant. And is it because they have a relation who's had the disease, or personal stories?
Sometimes because they have a relation who's had the disease, but it's sometimes because they see the importance of dementia in relation to other conditions. They see the fact that organic mental health, which is what dementia is extremely stigmatized, whereas conventional health, if I can put it that way, is not. So somebody needs to give a bias to organic mental health, and that of course includes giving a bias to dementia.
Okay, it's worth me asking you now a little bit about what you think of my epic fundraising project, because we talked about it very briefly, and some people will be watching this because they know they've seen a few other videos on the website. I'm planning to try and raise the scary sum of £777,000 for 7 charities, one of which is Alzheimer's Research Trust, and that was because my grandma had Alzheimer's before she passed away, and I'm doing it by visiting the 7 new wonders of the world in 7 days, hopefully next October. What are your thoughts on things like that?
Well, you've just proved the point that I was making a few minutes ago. You're a young person. You've realised, all right, because your mother had Alzheimer's.
Grandmother.
Sorry, grandmother.
Yes.
I correct myself. Your grandmother had Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Just how important this is. And you're doing something which is so admirable. You know, it's marvellous. And obviously I wish you every success. In fact, I'm somewhat envious of you, because I'd dearly love to join you on that endeavour.
But there are ways now. I'm finding that it's the most common thing I get told now. How do I go? And there's a big part of the project actually is having people, supporters of the charities in fact, being able to come on the trip. Not everyone, just 7 lucky people, because there's 7 venues. But more of that will unfold hopefully next year. It'd be really good to get your thoughts on this subject again. And I'll check out your website, which, if you could share for everybody else actually, is, just correct me if I'm wrong, it's innovationsindementia.org.uk.
That's correct.
Okay.
This is a website I use because it is a small group of people interested in dementia, and incidentally, apart from me, they're all pretty young, interested in dementia, who get together and try and promote in all sorts of ways the needs of people with dementia, the needs of research into dementia, and so on. We believe it's very important, and so I put my information, my presentations, and anything else on that particular website. And I can also be contacted through that website, which is peter@innovationsindementia.org.uk.
You did mention a minute ago as well, before I start rolling the camera, that you're a bit of a YouTube star. So if we search Peter Ashley, Lewy bodies, you said.
Well, if you search Ashley Lewy bodies on YouTube, then you might find a bit about me. I don't know. I'm
Just,
sure you will.
just one final thing. What is Lewy bodies for people that don't know?
It's a variant of dementia. It's a rare form of dementia. Probably 4% or thereabouts of all dementias are Lewy body types. The correct title is dementia with Lewy bodies, although everybody calls it Lewy body dementia.
Okay.
And it tends to affect not the memory so much, but it creates hallucinations, it creates problems with motor functions, difficulty in writing. I, for instance, used to play the piano and the organ very well before I had the condition. I put my hands on a keyboard now, they don't know where to go. I can still play the music in my head, but I can't play it with my hands. I can't even write now. But you don't see that. All you see is me talking to you at the moment, which sounds quite ordinary. But really, I'm sorry, it's not quite ordinary.
Oh, sorry to hear that. I do have a keen interest in music, and some of the fundraising activity I'm doing for Alzheimer's Research Trust is actually around filming monthly music events, gigs in Manchester. So that was a touching thing to hear. And I guess what I think I might do is actually include a little bit of this in our first podcast. We're doing the first event is on the 16th of October, and I'm only saying this because I'm going to post this video anyway. you might not be around to come to, but hopefully our paths will cross again, particularly as I know the website that you work through, and you're based in the Northwest, and perhaps between now and the trip happening in October next year, there'll be an opportunity to talk to you again.
Well,
hopefully when there's more money being raised.
I hope so. I always
Yes.
enjoy talking to a charming young lady.
Oh, bless. Thanks so much, Peter. Thank
Okay,
you.
bye-bye.